University of California, San Diego, the Mexican American Youth Association, and the Black Student Council at the time came together to begin drafting a historical change so that the university would begin to serve and become accountable to their true disenfranchised communities. In an effort to realize the third world college, the Lumumba Zapata College, they saw the great impact and the effect that communities had when they came together in solidarity. 40 years later, we are still working together in solidarity and still seeing the same improvements of our communities at UC San Diego. As a part of Mensa and the underrepresented student population on campus, I'm here to let you all know that this has, although towards the hopes of the black population at UCSD, which is on students of color on this campus. This Thompson Cookout Party is a mere window into the kind of exclusion, hostility, and marginalization that we as students of color have to endure on a day-to-day basis at this campus. This kind of day-to-day racism is not just conceivable of parties by few individuals. This kind of day-to-day racism, rather, is made by the climate that me and my compañeros have to endure every day. It is part of the institutional neglect towards the needs of students of color in higher education, placing more importance on its prestige and exclusivity for the wealthy and privileged. UCSD condones an environment that is unsafe and violent to students who come from working class backgrounds, who are first-generation college students, and have come from underrepresented and under-resourced communities like myself. Isolated and unsafe. If it were not for the small yet very strong entities on campus like the Paula Cultural Center, the LGBT University Center, the Women's Center, and one of the most important offices for underrepresented students, Oasis. Smaller than 1.3% African American. Our community would be even smaller than 9% Chicano students on campus. And yet, these resources are constantly in risk of their funds being cut. These kinds of threats are death sentences to the students of color here at UCSD. This concerns long before this started. As early as 2006, concerns were brought up by the UCSD Chicana Concilio, made up of faculty, staff, and students. Through a series of emails with the Chancellor Mary Ann Fox, we expressed our concern about the toxic campus climate being a ticking time bomb for the wellness of underrepresented students. In an email, we asked for the Chancellor to create a task force on campus climate. Here we stated, we asked specifically for a task force or advisory committee that would implement a series of action plans in a short amount of time. Our fear is that there is a basic misunderstanding here and that the campus's traditional practice of delaying meaningful action has been introduced into a response. 4 years later, in 2010, we now see the consequences of this university's tradition of delaying implementation of changes for students of color and for overall climate on this campus. Our mobilizations today are a clear message that we will not be ignored any longer. This university can no longer run rampant, ignoring the needs of students of color and underrepresented students. This kind of neglect and this irresponsibility will be exposed and will make this university, and we will make this university accountable to us from here on. In solidarity, we will take change. So right now, I would like to introduce one of my personal friends, inspirational person. I'm very honored to work with him alongside in and the spaces that we are in. Sam?
Here to say that we at the university are the state of the first. All students, your call to action. And to those students of color who don't think that these past 2 weeks of blatant racism and oppression that don't have anything to do with you, then I have to say this. If you have ever been asked, can you actually see with your small eyes? This issue affects you. Have ever been told to go back to your own country, even though those people will get hurt? If you have ever been asked, what are you doing here when you have a right to be here, or you can really speak English because yes, I can, or if you have ever any type of oppression solely based on the beautiful color of your skin, the beautiful joyous tone of your voice, confidence, yourself, the university's lack of real action to be troubling for you. For injustice against one in our community is essentially an injustice against all in our community. We as students of color, regardless of if we identify as Asian American, a First Nation person, African American, a Latino, or Chicano, Chicana, our collective safety on this campus has been compromised. Hate speech is a weapon that reproduces, justifies, and promotes already existing inequalities, which implicates anyone and everyone who is considered a minority in this country. The enjoyment and consumption of stereotypes is ignorant or blatant support of perpetuating these inequalities, exposes and marks individuals and communities as targets of unsanctioned violence, demonstrated throughout history in both the U.S. and the world with racial segregation and Jim Crow society, colonial genocide in many parts of the world. We as students of color are all victims that come of that pain that comes as a consequence of the use of these stereotypes to humanize us and make us into caricatures of something that we are inherently not. I say this with authority because that is the shared burden and of our beautiful skin colors and beautiful facial features in America. Shared experience of humanity needs necessarily justify solidarity. Let us, as united students of color, look towards our own history that is so often been written out in the history books that we have been used in our schools and acknowledge the strength of racial and ethnic data, but it's not limited to the United Farm Workers Movement, the American Indian Movement, the Black and Yellow Movement, the Brown and Yellow Movement, one oppression means ending all oppression. Although the road has never ever been easy and will never ever be easy, right now, we have these people think it's the way you throw rocks in the sun. Despite the fact that you know you're not always going to hit it, despite the fact that you are not